and to mouth. As we get the money, it done, and it feel like next month and I go come. Why? As we get the money, it done, and to mouth.
A lot of change since then. I mean, for you, what has been the most different you've experienced?
Well, what is tough as a human being to deal with is just to start understanding people, you know, understand that, you know, people are very complex, and yeah, that is the most significant thing I have to deal with, you know, from people, you know, from your little so. And you know your song play on the radio a couple of times, and then you know people don't know how to respond to you becoming, you know, popular. And I said people don't know how to respond to it because I am sure that my response to it has always been tempered with having objective people around me who could have tell me if my head start floating at the clouds. You know, my brother is my manager now and has always been very close to me, and you know, I have a family that not going to entertain that sort of thing. So you know, I can say that, you know, it's all me say people respond to it, and not only to me, to other people who you watch them family, them very own family, you know, just act them don't know to. It's like still me and me is Jeffrey. You know, I have some song I play on the radio, but you should have know different than that because you know me before the song them start playing. So you know, what is this? You should understand. Say assassin is just that, but you know, Jeffrey is Jeffrey, and especially as I say, I keep it real. I mean, people see me all the while, and them have to ask me 100 times if it's me because I'm me want them to walk in our place and feel like, you know, you should have a constant entourage, and you know, probably I walk by your hand with a camera follow you. I don't know, but you know, so I keep it real. So having, you know, when you realize how, as I said, people respond to, you know, you becoming popular, and you know, respond to assassin, you know, is a hard thing to deal with.
What type of artist is assassin?
Well, I love music, you know, with utmost sincerity, and you know, I just, you know, I make that love direct my decisions, and so, you know, assassin, I would have said, but the music without the restriction of a label on it. So yes, dancehall music is heavily my influence, and you know, I rate the art form, but you know, of course, you know, whether I want to put dancehall and reggae under the same umbrella, you know, but I just love music, you know, and as an artist, I keep it real. I'm concerned with representing the art form. I'm concerned with doing music in a way that would mean the same to some youth as it did mean to me when I grew up and I hear Professor Nuts and just feel like say them man they must burn off on a different planet because there's no way you can do something so amazing if you're just an average human. It's like you must eat some different thing a morning time for breakfast, and you know, I don't know, but you know, that is what I want to represent in the business, and of course, you know, help the art form to continue to grow and continue to, you know, inspire people and continue to inspire the world, you know, and at the same time maximize my potential as an artist.
In what way you would say you have matured since your debut disc?
Well, you know, over time, you know, time itself offer experiences that you should be learning from, and that is where your maturity can come from. You know, through the passage of time, you get to experience certain settings, and then you can farm experience from that, and that experience going lend to your maturity because you understand, say, behaving this way don't necessarily amount to much, but if you behave this way or whatever, so does time itself offers some maturity, and then especially when you make a conscious effort to grow and to mature, when you make a conscious effort to, you know, to be aware of your mistakes and the mistakes of others and try to, you know, always improve and whatever, then, you know, that will also add to your maturity. But I think, you know, mostly I become more aware of myself. I become more aware of what it is that I have to offer. I become more aware of what it is that I should, you know, be focusing on. And you know, there is clarity that comes with that, the sort of clarity that make it, you know, almost easy to operate. Almost, it's like you just see everything clear. You know, instead of wonder how to put the puzzle together, it just right there in front of you. You know exactly what you need to do. And so, you know, in that respect, I think that is where most of the maturity come from. Becoming a father as well, you know, there are a lot of things that you have to learn. Not the day when the baby born, you're going to transform into the greatest father on earth. You know, there's a lot of things you have to learn, and then I'm challenge myself to learn in these things. You know, exercise, you know, patience, you know, and you know, as I said, just becoming more aware of yourself. I'm miserable and rotted, and so I become aware of that, and I understand that my impatience and being miserable is not probably the best thing to have when you have a little 2-year-old I try. Go on with beer things and you try watch something on the TV. You know. So yeah, it's things like that. Just becoming aware of yourself and understanding, say, you know, alright, maybe I can adjust right there, so tweak right there, so, and, you know.
Your career and possible identity would have been different had you followed on that potential verbal war between yourself.
Certainly.
And vice versa. How did you manage to avoid that?
You just don't continue it anymore. As I'm saying, take 2, you know, and so if me decide to, I'm not going to sing no more song about that, you know, and him did do a bunch, and I just never follow it up because, and once again, for a couple of reasons. One, from morning, I never come in this industry to do anything what I would consider to be detrimental to it, or to have any form of negative contribution to the business. And so, you know, when it starts, clash itself, don't get me wrong, you know, clash as a part of our industry is not a negative thing within itself. You know, when you have, you know, just music competition, when you have Stitcher and Papa San and go at it about who they do which commercial, and you know, that is fun. And you know, when it is done in the right way, when it is just for the competitive nature of things, that is fine. But when it starts go to under your mother and all these things now, especially at the time, my old lady was sick, and you know, God rest her soul, as some loser 2005. When it started to turn into, you know, that sort of thing, then, you know, certainly I have to distance myself from it. And then it did a distract from what me want to do in a music. And as I say, if you follow that up now, then it starts to almost become the definition of your career and the definition of your contribution to the music. And you know, at the end of the discussion, when we write down the history of dancehall, what did Assassin or Agent Sasko contribute to the music? What, you know, what is legacy? You're going to hear say your man did a war for most of the time that you spend. And you know, frankly, you know, we just decide so we're not going to do that at the expense of, I guess, some street cred at the time. You know, because people decide so, oh, afraid, and you know, but once again it comes around to, as I say, understanding that you decide you, and you don't have to, you know, try be anything. Just be yourself and do what you believe, and you know, staying true to your values. So
your career improved since that decision.
By talk a zillion miles.
To what level?
To generating genuine respect, and that became very apparent to me earlier this year when there was the situation with Red Stripe. And when the first reports came out that, you know, my performance was cut short and this and that because of questionable lyrics, and like, in other words, like you misbehave on the stage and them take you off. As far as I know, everybody was willing to reserve them argument until them get to hear my side of the story, because it is not your character. Over the years, them know you don't display that sort of character like the man where we do anything pan about the stage for them drag you off. And that is when it become, you know, I guess I could really appreciate things like, you know, taking a decision that you're not going on a cussing with no man, because people are able to add that to a part of your, you know, your character and your profile and say, no man, he wouldn't do that, you know, so it really have great value to it.
Like next month and I go come as we get